I think that, like with Bill Ball makes me conscious of the fact that I didn't do all the things you're supposed to do for your penis growing up. You know, I mean, no, it's too late now. I have to admit, I'm not that proud of having a asexual penis now. I kind of would like to maybe connect, but it's you wait this long. It's like trying to start treating a kid who's already grown up, like make up lost time. When I was in grade school, I didn't go to learn baseball, which is what your penis wants you to do. So you can go out and get girls. I didn't do those things, fishing and hunting. I stayed inside and played Monopoly and thought about stuff and hope it rained outside. So now Bill reminds me with his very, very sexual routine that, you know, I've waited so long. You see, our penis is like a child that we raise. And we provide for it, we take it out, we give it opportunities. Your penis, sir, does well because you raised it right. Yeah, see? I mean, you've got dates and stuff. Well, see, then this is where I think that it happened about 3 weeks ago at the Stables. I don't know. I was just telling some jokes after the show. I don't perform there. I run around and it's fun. You know, I help out a little bit. And I was talking about my asexual penis and how it got me out of trouble. It got me out of trouble in New Orleans. And I'll get back to that. And I had no idea there was anything. I didn't know there was anything sexual about my penis. And I've been like, oh, it kind of like sort of bummed me out. I knew it was a good comment. But a girl sitting there who luckily isn't here today, that really did happen, turned to me and says, "I want your penis." And I'm thinking of as a writer or an artist, that kind of created a dilemma. Doug, what did I do? I ran out and got you to go in there and figure out what to do. Isn't that true, Doug?
I told you she was too old for you.
Okay, well, he figured I went so long for the ideal girl, just don't throw it away that fast. So then this is what, instead of being happy, see, if I'd have raised my penis and worked with my penis, you know, it talks about men think with their dicks. Well, I never asked my penis for advice. I never even listened to it. So I'm like, it's gotten so bad that now it's like I feel like we're not even getting along. It's way too late to try to be a parent and do the right things for my penis. And I figured, what if it finally just had enough and ran away from home? And I mean, I get up and it's just taking off down the highway, and he wouldn't be very proud, okay? Come on, you have to admit, I'm not going to have a penis that's like all excited. I mean, so he's shuffling along. He decides to leave me. I'm not a very good parent figure. And he shuffles along on the road. And then it's like a 3-year-old running off. Not like a teenager running off, a 3-year-old. Because I've done that little for him. All he does is go up to gas stations asking for directions and people are screaming. And, then I'll get to my routine. I won't be able. I'm going to do a short thing, but one thing is that Denise referred to something about like penises and vaginas working together or something like that. Is that what you said, Denise?
No.
Well, I guess. No, but that's what I was thinking. I want to live in a world where penises and vaginas get along and they perform on the same stage together. Wouldn't that be neat? So I'm thinking, like, the vagina monologue's always interested in me, and since I have a high voice, I always thought I could slip in as an unnoticeable male presence in the vagina monologues. And so then I picture that there it is. It's this wonderful stage, and it's decorated nice, and the curtains are open, and there's a stool. But the vagina's not sitting on the stool talking to the audience. She's stuck in traffic. Wow. So I'm thinking, in this world that I want to live in, where both genitals get along and work together, this is what happens. It's gone 15 minutes. There's people in the audience are coughing, and the lights are kind of dim. And coming out from behind Off stage, it's Mr. Testicles. And he clears his throat and leans over and looks around, and she's not there on the stool. And he backs away, he makes some phone calls, and then he shuffles out. Now watch, this is how a balls would walk. And he comes on out there. Well, the vagina, I'm a Miss Vagina, she called today, she's stuck in traffic, she's gonna be late. I'm Mr. Testicles. Anybody here want to talk about boobs and sports?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to a little bit about, before I got distracted by all this crazy talk about sex and stuff here today. I wanted to talk about when I was Speedy the pizza guy. I would deliver cold pizzas all over Kirkwood, and I got distracted and lost a lot. But I did have a couple rules, and I just made sure that when I stopped to pick up stuff on the curb that people threw away, I always make sure I got the pizza delivered first before I stopped and like rummaged. And this one particular day, I couldn't help myself. I drive by, I know I'm supposed to do it right. I know I'm on track to get to the location. And oh my God, there's this like dome of really unusual stuff on a curb. And I slowed down and backed up, and I couldn't believe it. Sticking out of this pile of junk was a gold-colored toilet paper stand. Wow! I get out of the car, and it took some work, and I pulled on it, and I got it free, and I danced around, and I was so happy, and I thought of all the things I would do with this golden toilet paper stand. And the owner looks out of the curtain, kind of like the Testicles did for the vagina to come out on the stage. And he looks out the curtain at me and saw the dance and the pizza in my car by my seat and a pizza driver with a pizza shirt that says quick delivery, jumping up and down with his toilet paper stand that he didn't like just moments ago and threw it away. But seeing my zest for that toilet paper stand, he ran outside and reclaimed it and said, "I want it now." And I was, oh my gosh, I drove with that cold pizza to the next stop knowing I did a good deed. I'm like a junk vigilante. I made that guy love his toilet paper stand. And then they teased me and called me Speedy. And I was always disoriented, and it's like I was on another planet when I had all these different things happen. I would end up giving more missionaries a ride, or I would stop and talk to people, or I'd get invited in for food. And but see, I made up. They don't know I made up for it. I knew that it was bad for the customers, so I would tip the customers. You know, isn't that logical? And then one guy took advantage of me and had me do errands and move furniture and stuff. And I would drive to his house, not worried about a tip, but worried about the stuff I'd have to do. But so I'm sitting in the parking lot, and they would tease me a little bit. And I'm looking at my map, and a coworker, it's like they were all in on it together. And a coworker took off his clothes, and climbed up on my windshield and like kind of mounted my windshield. Well, I was down there looking at my map, and I looked up and I'm like, what does it mean? If it meant that I was friends with everybody now and they weren't ridiculing me, I'd be okay. It was like an initiation. Those are the balls of friendship. And I could go on, but I wasn't clear, and they all snickered, and then as I'm driving off to go to deliver my like one or two little pizzas down the road, I had mixed feelings. And if I could just sort out the meaning of the balls on my windshield. You know, listen, I just want to fit in so much. And then it started to rain. And I had my answer. His ball prints showed up in the rain. And you really don't know who your friends are till it's raining.